Welcome to Shaping eCommerce with IronPlane. This is where we talk about e-commerce development, solutions, digital marketing, and all things e-commerce. Be sure to check out the description below each video to find additional resource links and show notes. We upload new videos each day. Please like and subscribe to our channel.
In this episode of our e-commerce marketing series, account executive Tony Mascarenhas talks about the importance of crafting creative and dynamic ad content. Plus, he discusses messaging strategy, ad formats, and branding guidelines to help brands boost e-commerce revenue. Hi, welcome back to Shaping E-commerce with IronPlane. In today's episode of our e-commerce marketing series, account executive Tony Mascarenhas we'll talk about the importance of crafting creative and dynamic ad content. Plus, he'll discuss messaging strategy, ad formats, and branding guidelines to really help boost e-commerce revenue. So Tony, let's get started. So when it comes to ad content, where do brands start? Do you start with the messaging or the imagery or graphics? And then what about brand strategy?
Oh, that's a lot, but we'll go ahead and how you start again. I think if you've listened to our earlier ones, I think that the message is who you are and what your brand stands for. Are you a healthy smoothie? Are you a long-lasting tool or whatever it may be? I think that's kind of your message. Like if you're a car, or say not a car, but let's say like a tool, like some type of tool that somebody's going to work with. You gotta present durability and function. Whereas if you're going to be a some type of food brand, or maybe a smoothie company, health and taste. So it's what your goals are, what your message is, and then if you want to also are you a discount brand? Are you a luxury brand? Some types of luxury brands will just not even hint at any discounts. Whereas, maybe if you're just selling, your basic widget, you can, say, hey, free shipping with any order over X amount of dollars. So, the messaging really, I would say starts with your brand. And again, today, that's your kind of silver bullet is your brand, because with Amazon and other types of merchant selling so many things, you got to really kind of engage your client or your customer and get them really, feeling like they are part of your brand, and you're part of, you're trying to be there to serve them or provide them with a great product. So far as, do you start with the images and graphics? I think that's second. And a lot of that just becomes with, what you're selling, if it is that tool, then you got to show a nice picture of that, maybe in use or brand new. Or if it's, maybe something that's, like a supplement of some sort. Maybe you don't take a picture of the supplement, but you kind of maybe give a graphic of like, a garden where you're really nice and, meditating and being calm for some type of, or maybe a bed if you're going to sell a melatonin or something like that. So, I think once you know your message, the graphics and everything else will just fall into place.
Yeah, that makes sense. So let's talk about a little bit more about messaging. So should brands determine their messaging style first? Should they use humor or be more promotional? And then what about educational or informational posts?
Well, again, I think this is it's just all driven by your message, by your core values of your company. Should you use humor? I think it works for a lot of companies. I think of Burger King and the King, doing all that crazy stuff. And it's just more of an attention getting type of, advertisement. But it really makes me think, oh, he's the Burger King. And now I've got that particular brand, basically branded in my head. So I'm not going to forget that. But if you're a serious, again, let's say if you're a supplement or something like that, or a medication, or um, some type of medical device, obviously humor is not going to be your best friend at that point. Um, but I guess it could be, but not really, so to speak. So um, again, branding is all driven by your company and what you are. You got to provide the value. That's that. At the end of the day, everybody is looking for a value and why they should pick your product over all of the other products and all the other opportunities out there. And you're not only competing against competitors of the same brand, but you're competing against other industries and other things of what somebody may want to spend their hard-earned cash on. If it's do they really want to spend that on teeth whitening, or do they want buy some more clothes, something to that effect. So I think the getting the messaging and really having them buy into your product, maybe give them some type of incentives or some type of feel good thing. Again, if your brand stands for that, then that's what you should do.
Okay, and then from a content perspective, what type of ad formats should brands consider? For example, image ads versus video ads, and then we have GIFs and text only. In your experience, what types of ads perform best?
Well, I think that the ads that perform best are the ads that are placed best, and putting in front of your audience. So you can have a simple ad, but the placement is key. Today, obviously, videos get a lot of reaction or views. You can see videos on just about every format there are, digitally, where a guy or gal or what have you will be talking or showing the example of what they're trying to inform you about. So I think video ads are great. Image ads are something that is less, production wise, and I think it still can do a really good job, and there's a place for that, particularly if you're already on a busy page and you don't want to put another video ad on there, and you have a you know just a text or images. Again, I think you can get the job done with either. Video obviously has a little bit more of the interactive, but or you can kind of go in between with the GIFs and have maybe a couple pictures flipping back and forth. And again, this is something that you want to test and to see what gets your best results.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then let's talk about video content, because I know that video content is a very popular medium, and especially with TikTok and everything with YouTube. So how much should brands invest in video production? Is it okay to do this in-house, or should you hire professionals? And then what about having internal teams like IronPlane record informational videos?
Well, I think all of the above. Obviously, video is something that everyone watches, from YouTube to little, like you said, TikTok and Instagram and all that type of stuff. Video, I think, again, it's brand driven. So if you're, and I don't think any video is really bad. I mean, we're doing these and we get a lot of views on these. If you're providing some value, some content that really helps your customer or people learn about the product or how to use it, or some type of value to their life, I think video is great. Obviously, a Coca-Cola will spend millions of dollars on their advertisements and have celebrities and all that kind of stuff because it is so impactful. But if you're a brand that's just maybe not at that level, which not too many are, majority are 10 million or under, 5 million, what have you, there's nothing wrong with actually putting together some informational videos. And even if it's like, video content can be so many different things. Is where you could just have a YouTube video like this one, but you could have a link to that video on an advertisement, so people know the little red square with the triangle in it to click on there to watch your video. Again, it's if you have a product or a something that you can, feed in a video format, I think go for it. And if you have the budget, then professional's great. But if you don't, then you can always do some type of, kind of easier YouTube type of thing like we do.
Yeah, I agree. I think that production value, don't get hung up on that. Just start making videos and start building your channel like we're doing here on YouTube. And I do think it's important to, with our YouTube content, that we do also put it on our podcast, Shaping E-commerce with IronPlane. So I think it's a really great way to take content and really amplify it across different mediums. And how about advertorials or paid content, like informational videos? What are some key benefits, and should brands run them?
Well, these are always, kind of an interesting play because advertorials, if they're on a website or in a magazine in the old days, but it's a paid content. So basically, you're paying to place your editorial. So it looks like it is an article. So sometimes they work great. Sometimes they might turn off customers because they thought it was real editorial until they see this is a paid advertisement, in which case you might have been better off with an image ad. But as we know, infomercials, videos, there's a whole channel on those things. So they obviously work somewhere. And if you have, again, like a product that could use some explaining, some demonstration, there's nothing wrong with doing that, like an information or info video or something to that effect, as long as you place it correctly. I think is you don't want to have someone thinking that they're watching an editorial and then it's just an informational video. That's why all the websites put sponsored content or advertisements on there, so that everyone knows that you're actually watching an advertisement.
Yeah,
And should brands, if they run them, I guess, again, I think they should be tastefully placed, and make sure that you have a positive effect with them, and that you don't turn off any potential customers.
I agree. Truth in advertising is always important.
Yeah.
So finally, let's talk a little bit about sponsored email content or purchasing email lists. Should companies hire agencies to create kind of branded emails?
Well, emails are, still think that they're still a very powerful way to get in touch with your clients and your potential clients. But again, here is the balance of doing it, in the right way, and not, spamming people, because the firewalls are high, or stronger and stronger every day, particularly in companies. So sponsored email content is, I think it's okay, as long as, again, that you do it in a tasteful way and you don't over spam people. Purchasing email lists, I mean, that's kind of like buying an advertisement that goes into the email box. There's these third-party warehouses that will have emails based on a demographic, and sometimes this really it can work, and sometimes it really doesn't work, and people no one likes junk mail. So that, again, it's something that you got to be kind of selective with. But should you have a agency to do it? Well, I think if you don't have the time or the budget to hire someone to do it in house, or if you want to have some like a full campaign done, hiring an agency is a great idea. Again, it's a lot less expensive to hire an agency to do pieces and manage all these different aspects of your marketing and your digital marketing than it is to try to hire a team and have them sitting there doing that for you in-house. So again, that's up to your budget and how much you're planning on leaning on a team, and agencies usually are a great choice.
Yeah, I agree. I think that email still has value. And I think for e-commerce brands and B2B companies, both can really benefit with email marketing campaigns. So I totally agree.
And I think that, the email campaign is something that is is so much more valued. So kind of going on the email thing is that, right now, first party content or first party lists, the people who are coming to your website and filling out your email and getting on your email, that's basically gold today, because that's how you're going to retain customers, is because if they do sign up for your email list, they actually want to hear from you. And you've got to respect the fact that you don't want to spam them, but B, make sure you provide some really good content and some personal content to them. Send out a quiz or a survey to see what they liked or what they didn't like. And if you have their email, you can obviously give them some bonuses and maybe run contests and really engage your first party information or your first party contact list. And that's going to, again, help your brand and your sales over the long period of time. And if you're using that information, your email, to really engage and create a bond with your customers, they're going to share that, like, hey, I really like this company, and they're going to tell their friends about it, and like, you should buy your XYZ product from these guys because they really actually care, and they actually sent me an email thanking me, or the CEO sent me an email, or customer service got back to me. That's kind of the at the end of the day, it's going to a great way to use your email information.
Yeah, I completely agree. So that's it. So Tony, once again, thanks for a great overview about how brands can craft engaging ad content and creative messaging to really help them boost their e-commerce revenue and get website traffic.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah, once again, thanks for joining us on Shaping E-commerce. Please like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more episodes in our e-commerce marketing series.
For more insights on how to improve your e-commerce website and for a free consultation, visit IronPlane.com. Follow us on social media and like and subscribe below.